The intent of the article, where it's driving, is are our government services, our government institutions really delivering culturally appropriate services to the population of New Zealand? I guess when we look at Puao Te Atatu, which was a groundbreaking report that came out in 1985, it called for large change across the social sector. And here we are many decades later, the review of Oranga Tamariki and its subsequent creation. Those changes are very slow in coming. By the time we reach 2038, Pākehā New Zealanders will be in the cultural minority. And so the article challenges, I guess, government institutions on how quickly we are actually progressing that degree of change, how appropriate are the services that they're providing, particularly when you look at inequities, right? So Māori and Pacifica people feature prominently across all of the inequities, whether it be poor health outcomes, low attainment of NCEA rates in education, high incarceration rates in corrections, high unemployment rates, you name it, we feature in it. And so I guess the challenge is, are these government institutions really delivering services that are fit for purpose for these people? Co-design is incredibly important. I think it's got an important place. So co-design is about involving the people who will use the service in the design of the service. And it provides an opportunity for those people that have probably up until the last kind of 5 years largely been excluded in the way that services have been designed that will cater for them. I think we need to be careful that we don't stop just at co-design, that we go beyond and look at co-production, co-delivery, and potentially even sharing the rewards that you get from improving social outcomes. When we think of, for example, the way that hospitals operate, creating spaces in a co-designed way with the people that will use that hospital might mean that you have more whānau or community-orientated spaces where people can go and hang out while they care for their loved ones, which, you know, at the moment, given some of the designs of some of our hospitals, they're really cramped and they're really tight, but does that cater to the population needs of Māori and Pacifica living in South Auckland? I think part of it goes to the importance that we place upon co-design and involving Māori in co-design. For an example, Hokairangi, which is the recent strategy that the Department of Corrections have released, they view that as their tuakana strategy. It's the main strategy under which everything else falls. And so it's not coming in as a kind of bolt-on from the side. It will lead a huge part of the culture change that will occur within the Department of Corrections. Secondly, they've funded it to succeed. And so many of the important initiatives like whānau water, for example, weren't funded in order to succeed at the outset. And so they get criticised when they don't meet the outcomes that people want of them. Finally, I think we need to be up for holding courageous conversations around the place of race and bias within government and within the way that we provide services. Number of organisations have looked at this, so the Ministry of Education have run it throughout their offices. Unitec have also used it. I guess when we reflect on where we've been as a nation over the course of this year and the events that unfolded in March in Christchurch, we need to again probably focus with greater intent around the place of race and being open to holding those important and courageous conversations. Culture underpins so much of who we are as a nation, and we need to be comfortable and open about talking about it.